Hello everybody and welcome back to another Godzilla Battle Line video, and today I have for you the logs and details around the two King of the Monsters units, Ghidorah 2019 and Mothra 2019, alright? These logs were found by my Discord. These logs are always found by my Discord except for one instance where they were found by somebody in the YouTube comments, so we love to see that. And we'll go over these really briefly. I know there's a lot of new players that have come in with the King of the Monsters collaboration, so let's break down what the logs are. You might not know. Oh, I did not want to move that. Ooh. You might not know that there are logs in the game. When you go to your expedition maps and you see the text, you can scroll through that. As your maps progress through the hours, more of the story will unlock. Most characters in this game have their own unique story. By reading the stories while your expedition is exploring, I guess, you can see who is going to be in your box. Now, it's not going to tell you all of the characters in the box. It's generally going to tell you the highest rarity card. So you have 6 slots in the mysterious map, right? Let's say the first piece is a Dorat, which is a silver, but the second piece is Ava Unit 1, which is a 4-star. The logs will be for the 4-star. If there's 2 4-stars, it's going to be for whoever appears first when you open the map. So say in the number 1 slot is Ava Unit 1, and the second slot is Burning Godzilla, then the logs will be for like Ava Unit 1. Cool. So now that we have that covered, let's take a look at it. I'll put this in the description down below. If you want to read all of the logs for all of the characters, we have all of them. And this is how you can follow along with what is happening. So I'll zoom in. Super far, but this is like the key, right? So there's usually 8 entries. I think for some reason I think there's one that's 9, but my mind could be playing tricks on me. The way this goes is the first 2 entries are describing the environment in which the expedition is taking place. They don't mean anything. It's just flavor. Entries 3, 4, and 5 are what determine the category of monster. There are a few instances where monsters can have, entry 3 and entry 5 of the same category, but entry 4 is different. But usually whatever it ends with, entry 5 is what places it in which category. And then entries 6, 7, and 8 are the unique logs that will determine what monsters are where, or what monsters are what. So 9 out of 10 monsters in this game have completely unique logs here. Maybe 8 out of 10 have completely unique logs. A lot of times they'll share entry 6. Most of the time entry 7 and 8 will be wholly unique. So let's locate the 2 King of the Monsters units. They are in the section for over here. So we have King Ghidorah in the flyer section, and we have Mothra in the bug section. They all have pretty distinct sections. So King Ghidorah and Mothra's are pretty straightforward. King Ghidorah's reads as follows. A dark figure blocked out the sun above us for a mere moment before flying off into the distance. We resolved to hurry after it. Now, that is pretty standard for the flyers, or monsters from space usually have these lines of dialogue. As we continued our pursuit, we heard a booming roar from the direction where the figure had flown. Progressing further, we have come across some kind of crash site. It was clear something of astronomical proportions had fallen from a great height. Most flyers, or out-of-space monsters, like I said, have these logs. King Ghidorah, King Ghidorah, King Ghidorah, King Ghidorah. Here it is. So, King Ghidorah's log split down like this. That comes all the way down, and we'll read this green one first. Investigating our surroundings, we have not only found signs of a fall, but also rows upon rows of trees that have been mowed down. Could this be the work of our gargantuan creature? Now, that log is shared by the new Ghidorah and Rodan64 and the regular Ghidorah that we've had for years now at this point. But we're not interested in those 2 logs. We're interested in 2019's logs. So the final logs for him reads, dark clouds and thunderclaps warned us that a storm was brewing. This is that storm was brewing. Maybe there's an A in there. That storm was brewing. Shortly after, we received confirmation of a hurricane approaching us at an impossible speed. 6 eyes stared at us menacingly from between the thick clouds. A sudden flash of lightning illuminated the sky, revealing a terrifying golden monster. Now, the logs usually are packed with references from the movies or shows, depending on what characters are added. And this is a reference, obviously, to in King of the Monsters, where there was a tropical storm that basically followed King Ghidorah around. Awesome. We love to see that when the logs incorporate something like that. I believe Kong, his logs reference Gia from the GVK films. Kamen Rider and Kumo Augment reference the Kamen Rider movie and so on, like Ultraman, the Evangelions all reference the movies and stuff. But those are the King Ghidorah logs for the 2019 King Ghidorah. Now we look at the bug logs. All of the bug characters pretty much share the same logs, except for Mothra Leo, who shares some of the flyer logs, but the rest of the bugs all have the same path. As we continued our expedition, we heard in the distance what sounded like two hard objects being rubbed together. Carefully surveying our surroundings, we proceed towards the sound. Along with the noise, I can sense the presence of something gigantic. So now, the Mothras, Batra, Leo, the Kamacuras, all are in this bundle in one way or another. Leo's kind of the exception. Mothra 2019 logs read as such. Trekking deep into the jungle, we stumbled across what appeared to be ancient ruins. We laid down our equipment and commenced our investigation. We discovered marks that had looked like as if something had been crawling along the ground. Perhaps they were left by a giant creature inhabiting this area. A resplendent light emanated from the creature's humongous wings. We all stood motionless, entranced by her regal beauty. So this is obviously referencing where they discover Mothra in King of the Monsters. The, what is in the Yuhan province? I don't remember what it is in China where they find her. And, that's, the temple, obviously that is a reference to the temple where they find her in China. And then the second log is a reference, I think, to Mothra larva, dragging across the ground. And then obviously the final one is Mothra. So you kind of go through her evolution, right? Discovery, larva, moth. But those are the logs for the characters that were added in June of 2023 for the King of the Monsters collaboration season, King Ghidorah 2019 and Mothra 2019. If you like this video, I got more in the channel. For all the logs of the characters, you can go check them out. If you want access to this sheet, it'll be linked in the description down below. So, thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you all on the next one. Bye-bye.